Okay, hip extension, PAILs, rails, i.e. the couch stretch, right? So this is a fairly intense position to put your body in, your hip flexors, living in a culture where most of us are chronically sitting. This is a great stretch to open up your quads and your hip flexors. And it's a very extreme position to be in if you've never done anything like this, if you don't stretch your quads or your hip flexors often. This is not necessarily a place to start. I'll show you the regressions and then the progressions up from there all the way to a fully expressed couch stretch. Do not try and just go straight into the highest tier couch stretch. 90% of the clients I work with that want to open up their hip flexors want to and cannot safely because we're holding this position, as you know, for those who have been following me or anyone who does PAILs rails, for 1 to 2 minutes. And it's a brutal position to be holding for 2 minutes, all right? So, and most of you cannot. Hate to say it, it's not an insult, it's just what it is, and that's fine. It's a good place to start. We'll work our way up. That said, there's 2 ways to make this easier. 1, do this on a coffee table or a bench so that your foot can lay flat on the top of it, because when your foot is upright against a wall, so if your foot is here as opposed to here, it makes it way more intense when your foot is flat, right? There's that. The second option is to go and watch my kneeling hip flexor or kneeling hip extension PAILs rails, where we're in this position here with the lower leg not upright against anything, and we're having our hips tucked and we're leaning forward to stretch the hip flexors. Debatably equally as effective, less intense on the leg, right? So, but for those who want to attempt the couch stretch because it's popular and cool and effective, honestly, which is fine, here are the regressions leading up to the progressions. Start at the bottom, work your way up until you get off the bus, all right? So, oh, also if you're stuck, grab a dowel, grab a stick, grab a broomstick, something to hang on to. All right, so setting up. This is my wall, this is my upright, this is my box. I'm starting with my left leg. I'm only gonna show you on the left leg here. Level 1 is getting your foot against the box, putting your knee as close to the box as possible. The closer your knee is to the wall or upright or the box, the deeper we go. Some of you, this is level 1, and that's okay. You should feel a stretch, or you could potentially feel a stretch 7, 8 out of 10 on the quad area. A-okay. That's fine. If you're starting here, stay here, hang out while I explain the other levels. Level 2 is going from here and bringing that opposite leg up. Some of you may be here, and that is okay. All right. Level 3 is trying to work your way up, and I'm bringing the same side leg, same side arm is coming up to the quad, and I'm pressing my hips back a little more. We'll call that level 3, I guess, deepening it a little more. Level 4, if you want, need a stick to where you're kind of upright, kind of not. You're using it as another leg for support. Level 5 is fully upright position without any support of a stick. I'm gonna stay here just for ease. And here's the thing, is if you went from level 2 or 3, whatever the hell, and then came up and you feel as though you can maintain this position and your ribs are flared and your low back is banana-ing, you're not in proper position. What I want you to do is come on down, and I know I should have a fully expressed couch stretch for this video. I usually do. I'm training for a marathon right now. My quads and my legs are cooked. So this is where I'm at. No shame around that. It's a moving target, right? So in this position, I'm feeling like a 6 out of 10, right? What can I do to deepen it before going up to another level is I can posterior pelvic tilt, tuck my hips underneath me. I'm lit up at a 7 out of 10 easy right now. All right, so for the sake of demonstration, I'm gonna come on up to a higher level. My body's tendency is I want to dump into my low back and flare my ribs to make the stretch less intense, right? So what do? If you feel as though you wanna maintain this position, to truly be in this position and really own this tier, if you will, you have to tuck your hips, engage that same side glute, tuck the hips, tuck the ribs, maintain this position, and try and sit upright a little more. If you're feeling an 8 out of 10 stretch, stay there. That's where you're at for today, all right? Just don't flare the ribs, don't banana the back, maintain that rib tuck, maintain that pelvic tilt. Sitting here for 1 to 2 minutes, PAILs, rails, what that looks like is as you ramp up, as you flip it into, ramping up the PAILs, flipping it into rails, don't banana the back, don't move anything, isometric, everything stays still. Pack everything down. PAILs is driving that knee forward and scooping up at 10% while maintaining a posterior pelvic tilt, which means your tailbone is underneath you. 10%, driving that knee forward, scooping up, tailbone underneath you, 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% safest max effort for 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what gets everyone, is that when you drive that knee back into your rails at 100% effort, people are gonna wanna banana their back. No, tuck your hips even harder, posterior pelvic tilt, 100% effort, drive that knee back, 100% effort, drive, 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 drive for 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, keep your tailbone underneath you, keep your ribs down, lean in a little further for 3, 2, 1. Whew. Get on out. Cooked. Switch sides.